My name is Anuja and I'm the editor of News Team here at ScoopWhoop. My work profile basically involves doing a lot of news stories, and it's not just news hard and fast. We're doing all kinds of content, readable content, share-worthy content. Our team specifically is looking at the news stories of the day that would interest any young person, me, you, anybody between the age of say 15 to the age of say 50, because 50 is young as well. What I like about my role here at ScoopWhoop is that there's immense room for experiment and trying all kinds of new templates, new formats, so long as information and content is concerned. So we're not upright and uptight about this is how news should be dealt with. We have been constantly experimenting with all kinds of formats, writing styles. You're not just going to be very serious when you're presenting news, but you're also, you can be sarcastic, you can, take digs at politicians. We're also increasingly doing a lot of opinion pieces. So there's a lot of room for a lot of experiment, and I think that's the good thing about this place. It's fantastic to work in a farmhouse, and we have puppies to play around with. But that aside, this place is brimming with a lot of energy because we are a very young organization. I think the average age, and this is my guess, I think the average age of our organization would be a 27 or a 26. That's how young ScoopWhoop is. So there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of new ideas, there's a lot of the zing to let's go do this and let's do that. And obviously there's a lot of difference in how I would approach a certain news story because I have worked in the news for a slightly longer time. And when a new person walks in and says, why don't we do this? And why don't we talk about Rahul Gandhi like this? Or why don't we look at a Teesta story like that? And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, sometimes I'm taken aback at, wow, why didn't I think of that? What excites me most about the future of ScoopWhoop per se and about news finding its feet inside this organization as a viral content organization is that there is a huge scope for the readership. There is such a huge audience out there, and sometimes it's overwhelming that I've seen 30,000 shares on a story. And that's a lot of shares. That's like a lot of people. There are 30,000 people out there who have read your story and shared it. So there's an immense room for making a change, making a difference, getting your opinion and voice out there, actually talking about, apart from viral content, apart from the fun stories, apart from the listicles, also generating opinion and also generating a lot of audience reactions and reader interest. And maybe what I look at it as a challenge is that it'll be great if we can bring people around into mobilizing eventually into something for a certain cause. For example, when Nepal earthquake happened, we actually did a donation drive, and that did great. I mean, I was hoping if we could have collected around 5 lakh rupees. That's what I had put as a goal for our organization. We did not achieve that, but we did pretty decently. We managed to raise around 60,000 rupees, and well, that's better than nothing. And that just happened because we did a story and we shared it on Facebook and Twitter, and we shared it widely, and our readers actually contributed. 60,000 rupees came from scratch, just from our readers. So that's the kind of challenge, and that's the kind of reach, and that's the kind of reach that we're tapping at, and I think that's immense, that's overwhelming, and that's great. Come join us because we have puppies here and a trampoline, and we do great content. The reason why anybody should come and write here for a ScoopWhoop is not just because you get a byline and because you get a number of shares, but also because you have an immense scope, like I said to the previous question, that you have an immense scope of being read and being recognized. It has happened. There have been instances when a person from the news team was in Khan Market, one of the posh markets in Delhi, and somebody walked up and said, hey, don't you work for ScoopWhoop? And that's true. So, well, you get popular, plus you're writing great content. What else could you ask for? Quirk, sarcasm, wit, grammar freak, put all of them together, and I think the capability to reach out and to be able to work with /be while also be friends with the people who you're with makes a lot of difference. You cannot order down a person or tell somebody, you do this because this is how I'm telling you to do it, but no, but this is why it should be done. I think that's what I like to do, and strictly when I'm talking about the news team, I think that's how we like to function. We like to explain why you're doing a certain thing, and that's also grooming people to understand why we're doing what we're doing and not just mindlessly creating and churning out content. Knowing what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think, and making a connect with my friends like the way I do with my teammates, and vice versa, I think is what would make me super. I don't know, it's a little narcissistic. So come join ScoopWhoop and stay super.